You have a team like Aston Martin, who we all thought would be doing really well today, or yesterday, but they didn't really have the greatest time. So they've got some engine issues to deal with. I think both cars retired. Or no, Alonso's car retired. He went out and then ended up in the pits, and he ended up going back out again, and then eventually retired the car. So their engine seems to be giving them some reliability issues, and they really need to deal with that. So today we're going to be driving the Ferrari SF70H, H for hybrid. This is before they got the Halo, because I'm not a fan of the way the cars handle in the F1 games. But I love the physics in the Assetto Corsa, and of course being on a Xbox system, I don't get the option. That's loud for you guys? That's pretty good, right? Okay. So, let's talk about the race, because Ferrari, oh no, this doesn't work. Yeah, it's all paddles. Across the line right there. God, this thing's menacing. Cars that they're driving now are completely different compared to what this car was almost 10 years ago. I haven't done any changes to the car. Just taking the car out and listen. And so you guys are probably currently watching this with my horrible racing line. I mean, they did run F1 here back for like one season. They did a race here, but this is mostly a MotoGP track, but it's an Italian track, and I thought, why not? But the race was in Melbourne. Way too early on the brakes there. Oh, did some damage. No, I just realized I got the wrong wheel on. Holy shit. This makes sense. Oh. This is tight. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get the proper wheel on here. All right. Oh, no, That's not where I want to go. Let's put our headphones back on. All right, so yeah, so the thing with these cars is that there's a complete regulation change this year. The engines are different, the whole chassis is different, and like even the battery units are completely different. So the drivers now have to try and so much to learn. Like, I don't think I have enough buttons to control this Formula 1 gun. That's why they have the Thrustmaster Formula 1 wheel, which I should probably get because it would allow me to do better GT racing. Although the most of the change in GT cars is brake pads. Whereas in F1 you have so much you can change. And probably has been known to be they seem to be the car that you're looking at compared to other teams, especially with their design, right? So the design of the car seems to be the most favored, especially with their blown diffuser, with the exhaust coming out the back, and also their wings that they've developed upside down rotation, which acts as a virtual, like an actual air brake when it's in the rotation. But I don't know if it's going to add more rotation to the car or hinder rotation because they're putting so much braking force on the front wheels that might understage the corner. But someone like Lewis Hamilton that loves to brake extremely late might benefit from this. So I would love to see when they implement this wing and how Leclerc and Lewis perform. But as for the first race, they did really well. Third and fourth, and really made Mercedes stay on their P's or Q's the whole race compared to, someone like Red Bull who you thought would have more of an impact on putting pressure on mid-pack. It was not what I expected to see from Red Bull, but again, this could just be, first weekend jitters or who knows, right? It could all change by the middle of the season. So, especially if Ferrari brings this wing that everyone has been talking about. So it's going to be a very interesting season, especially with how close they were allowing these cars to race and swap positions. It's going to be it's not going to be an easy season for that's for sure. And I think it's all down to the aerodynamics of the car, not having the whole flat floor and allowing these cars to have better airflow around the car. Because this is their first with this engine with Ford, and they finished the race. I don't know about what went wrong with his car, but Max made it to the end of the race, and he came up from the back of the field to the mid pack. So I would say they're in for a good season so far compared to what Honda's built doing. Now you have to remember, even if it's a car designed by Adrian, engine. It's an engine by. I think Adrian Newey has designed a beautiful car. It's such that Honda has kiboshed the start of the season with their own reliability. Kind of the same thing they did back in the day when they first partnered with Aston Martin, or not Aston Martin, it was McLaren. They had a whole lot, it was Fernando Alonso as well, was one of the drivers. Honda needs to get the game together. If you think about it, they position themselves to export. So I feel like a lot of the engineers they had on their team might have put over to other F1 teams, right? Knowing that they would be out of a job come 2026. But Honda turned around and was like, oh, let's build another engine, but we use rules and regulations. And they totally bend it. Like, it's not a reliable car at all. So it'll be interesting to see what Adrian Newey does with Adrian Newey does with the car design throughout the season. Oh. I think most people are really excited to see the whole new wing deployment back around, because I know I am. Because I'm not driving this car anywhere near the limit of my front tires. Oh. Definitely no damage in market. doing so good. Oh, well, I'm clearly not an F1 professional. So that's it. Like, I really think this year is going to be a lot of close battling with a lot of really intense development over the season, because this is a brand new platform for all these teams and they have a chance to dominate in this season like Mercedes did for the first race. So I really think Ferrari and Mercedes are going to be the top steppers, and it sucks, but Aston Martin really needs to turn it around and Honda needs to figure it out, because for Alonso's, what everyone's calling his last season, he needs to go out with a little bit of a bang. And the way they're looking right now is not looking like going out with a bang. So they really need to bring it together and hone in. And, you know, Red Bull, they are, I wouldn't say in a bad spot, but they're not in the same position they were in the past 4 years when Max Verstappen has dominated. And even with a car that's not performing like everyone else's, Max still can, you know, climb his way through the rankings when he starts at the back of the pack. So it's still the same Max, but it's definitely not the same Red Bull. So new engine for Red Bull, new second teammate for Max Verstappen. They need to just get a setup on that car that works. I don't think they're gonna have it settled for the next race, which is the Chinese Grand Prix coming up this weekend. So let's see what changes they bring to, or all these teams. Let's see what changes they bring and how they can turn it around, you know, for getting to the top step. It'll be interesting to see what happens for sure. But knowing the way Mercedes, knowing how Mercedes looked this weekend, I would say it's going to be a very tough fight for Ferrari to get to the top step. And they really need to focus on optimizing their pit stops and their strategy. And everyone knows Ferrari has always been the worst in strategy calls. So we will see what happens and how it all comes together as the season progresses. Tune in to the same concept I'll be doing every Monday after the races. I'll review what F1 has posted in terms of a review or a really concise overview of what happened at the race, and I will always put my 2 cents on what I think. So I'm just gonna watch my horrible lapping of Mugello. I have quite a bit of learning to do. Like, obviously my wheel doesn't have as much as the real car, and I probably will have to get the F1 wheel to be competitive. But that's probably not true. I just need to know these tracks and practice, because there are kids doing this with less gear than what I have. So it'd be interesting to see how I do when it comes to learning F1 cars. All right, guys, till next time. Peace.